Thank you so much for joining me for this free training where we are going to reveal the secret behind sustained weight loss without all the cliches. No, you don't have to do restrictive diets, endless workouts, and you don't have to feel isolated at the dinner table. Now, today we are going to dive into something that is truly revolutionary. So, I wanted to welcome you to our internal weight loss method. This is truly a groundbreaking approach that is going to help you to shed those pounds without the usual hustle and the sacrifices and the yo-yo dieting. And the best part is that you don't have to give up your favorite foods. You don't have to starve yourself, and you don't have to spend hours in the gym. So stay with us because we are going to show you how this can actually happen. Now, before we dive in, I want to tell you a little bit about who I am and why in the world you should even listen to me. Now, my name is Whitney Prude. I'm a board certified clinical pharmacist. I'm also a Mayo Clinic certified wellness coach and a nationally certified health and wellness coach. I also still work part-time as a pharmacist at the Mayo Clinic. I'm also certified in nutrition, I'm certified in pharmacogenomics, and also in medication therapy management. Now, something else that's super exciting about us and our program is that we've actually had a world-renowned Mayo Clinic oncologist come through our program. Now, you might look at a Mayo Clinic oncologist and think, well, don't they have everything figured out? They have all of this medical knowledge. The reality is that even when we have medical knowledge or we have health knowledge, it's incredibly difficult to really actually be able to implement these things. And this is awesome. He gave us a really remarkable testimonial and said, I can confidently say that this was one of the most transformative experiences of my life. Now, stay tuned because we want to get you on this journey and teach you how. Now, for those of you who don't know, I definitely wasn't always known as the leading expert in helping busy working professionals lose weight with our internal weight loss method. So just a little bit about me. I'm going to keep this super short, but before I discovered what you're about to learn about, I was not the expert. I was 16 years old and I went through a really challenging struggle in my life when my parents got divorced. I was a teenager. I didn't know how to deal with this. Nobody teaches us these sorts of things. So what did I do? I did what every human being does. We bury the pain, we bury the hurt, we figure out how to survive. We figure out how to move on. We figure out how to leave the past in the past and continue to go on with our lives. Well, the reality is the past doesn't stay in the past because the past still comes with you unless you learn how to process those things. But I didn't know how to do that. So I buried everything. And what I did was I decided I was going to become a pharmacist, and I became super hyper focused on becoming a pharmacist. Now, I did get accepted into pharmacy school. That was my big number one step. I was super excited about getting into pharmacy school. And I would have told you at this point in my life that everything was fine. After my parents' divorce, going through a lot of different challenges, everything was fine. I was perfectly fine. Well, it wasn't until the end of my first year in pharmacy school when I absolutely crumbled and my body said, hey, you know what? We can't take this anymore. I was completely exhausted and I just had this mental meltdown. And it was at that point that I finally was willing to accept that I wasn't okay, that something was actually wrong, and that it was actually starting to impact my body and my physical health. I started having pain. I started noticing a lot of different things, wondering what was going on, but I was really just breaking down and I could not tolerate everything that was going on. Now, at that point, I decided, okay, I've got to get some help. I finally decided to go to therapy. I started reading every self-help book I could possibly get my hands on. And I spent a lot of time trying to work myself through this journey so that I could be healthy, not only mentally and mentally and emotionally, but also physically. Now, I did survive pharmacy school. I made it through. I did a residency. I checked that box, right? I was done. And I got hired to my dream job as a pharmacist at the Mayo Clinic. About 9 months into that job, I started to get a pain in my wrists, and my life has never been the same since. Essentially, I pushed my body beyond its limits, and I ended up with an autoimmune disease. Now, this autoimmune disease has completely changed my life. I ride a scooter everywhere. I take my handicap pass all over the place. I can't walk very far. I can't stand very long. And I always ask the question in the back of my mind of what if I had lived differently then? How would my life be different now? Now, I can't go back and change my past. I can't go back and change how I decided to deal with my life, to deal with my challenges, and to have it actually impact my physical health. But what I decided to do is to turn that pain that I was suffering with into something that can actually benefit you. I don't ever want you to have to ask this same question. What if I had lived differently then? How would my life be different now? But because of this, I am now able to help hundreds of individuals just like you to avoid the pitfalls of chronic illness, to get out of the rut that you have been stuck in for years, and to finally achieve the weight loss and the health goals that you desire, and then to keep them for years to come. And also to have that energy and vitality to be able to enjoy your life, enjoy your family, and enjoy those grandkids for years to come. Now, today on this training, I want to talk about the three biggest false beliefs with weight loss and why it is so hard to keep those weight loss results long term. So let's dive into this. False belief number one, you need to completely give up your favorite foods to lose weight. This is absolutely not true. You do not have to completely restrict your diet. And the reality is that this is actually counterproductive. If you think that you are going to completely give up sugar for the rest of your life, think again, because your body is going to fight against you. And at some point, you're going to give in and you're going to overindulge. That's just how it works. So, what you actually want to do is work these treats that you enjoy into your diet on occasion, in moderation, in ways that you can actually control. And we actually help you to get to that point of really and truly being in control of the choices that you make and the food that you consume. So, no, you don't have to completely give up your favorite foods in order to lose weight and to stay healthy the rest of your life. Now, false belief number two, weight loss means starving yourself. This is 100% false. There are so many people that just keep restricting and restricting and restricting and restricting their calories. And the reality is that your body starts to adjust to what you tailor it to. So you're teaching it that it's not going to get very much food, so it goes into starvation mode. When that happens, you slow down your metabolism. So if you've ever done this, and you've restricted your calories, eventually you're going to stop being able to lose at that low calorie goal. The reason is because your metabolism has slowed to be able to maintain at that calorie goal. Your body has to be able to survive with what you're giving it. So if that's all you're going to give it, it's going to learn how to survive. You're not going to be able to continue to lose. The problem is that when you're starving yourself and you're doing all of these diets that are really, really restrictive, once you get into a really good quality program with professional help like ours, we actually have to spend a lot of time increasing your calories, increasing your metabolism, getting you back up to your proper maintenance calories of like what your body actually needs. So then we can drop you into a deficit and your metabolism is moving fast enough that you can actually get the fat off. So if you're in a plateau, if you're stuck, if you're starving yourself and keep decreasing your calories, it's counterproductive. You're not going to be successful long term. False belief number three is that you have to spend hours in the gym and that's the only way to shed the pounds. This is also not true. Now, with weight loss, anywhere from 80 to 90% of weight loss is actually in the nutrition and only 10 to 20% is in the exercise. So if you think about those numbers, do you have to spend hours in the gym to get results if 80 to 90% of your results is going to come from the food that you're putting in your mouth? No, you don't have to do that. What we do is we customize exercise to you. We help you to figure out how you can actually work exercise into your life in a way that you can maintain it for the next 10 to 20 years. If you're not exercising at all right now, you got to start where you are. Start slow, because if you try to start running to the gym 5 days a week and doing rigorous workouts, you're going to overwhelm yourself, you're going to get exhausted, and you're going to quit. because it's going to be way too overwhelming. So you start slow, you start where you are, and you learn how to incorporate exercise into your life in a way that you can maintain it long term, so that as you get the weight off, you can actually keep it off. If you do a program and you lose weight and you gain it all back, that program completely failed you. That's why we focus on long-term results. And this is why our internal weight loss method is so, so important. So what are the benefits of this method? It's all about optimizing your internal processes to work for you so that you can experience sustained weight loss, increased energy levels, better sleep, and improved overall health. It's really a holistic approach that takes your lifestyle into account so that you can truly transform your life and health from the inside out. Let's dive into it a little bit deeper. Now, our internal weight loss method allows you to dive in and figure out why you're stuck in the first place. All of our decisions, all of our actions come from inside of us. Our mental state and our emotions drive all of our behaviors. Our behaviors is what then drives our outer physical health that we start to see. So if we want to actually maintain our results, once we get them, after we get the weight off, we have to first overcome the barriers that are actually getting us stuck there in the first place. So we're going to help you overcome mental and emotional barriers so that you can be in complete control of how, when, what, and why you eat. Get the emotional stuff out of the way so that you can be in complete control. Now, the second part of this method is mastering nutrition and exercise so that you are completely educated and never need another diet, program coach, or a trainer again. Now, think about it. If you overcome the mental and emotional barriers that have gotten you to where you are in the first place, those are out of the way. Then, if you educate yourself so that you don't ever need a coach, a nutritionist, or anyone like that again, and you actually are empowered to make healthy choices, and you make them because internally you really care about yourself and you're motivated to take care of yourself, this gets you long-term results. Now, the third part of our internal weight loss method is developing habits that last a lifetime. We are always focused on external results, but this, again, we have to go internally and figure out, how do we develop habits? How do we develop this system in our brains that makes it so that we just do the same thing over and over again, and it's super easy. So developing habits that last a lifetime will make it so that you never have to worry about motivation, willpower, or pushing through ever again, because it just becomes the way that you live. Wouldn't that feel amazing? To just do it because it's how you live, that you just do it because you care about yourself. It's part of who you are, instead of this intense struggle and yo-yoing all the time. Now, I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want to share some of our testimonials with you from our clients that have gotten amazing results. These are just messages that I get from my clients on a regular basis. I'm down 6.9 pounds and 16 inches. This one was a Google review. Whitney is amazing and encouraging. She is helping my mindset be different and not restrictive with foods. I love the structure of her plan. It's really a life thing. It's not a diet. It's something I will do for the rest of my life. This is so, so important. Everything is about long-term success. And this one, I haven't been this low since 2020 to 2021, or I'm down to 126.3, my lowest so far. There are so many testimonials. I'll share just a couple more. And if you want to pause this video, you can come back and read through all of these for yourself. I love this one here in the middle. The family that I work for keeps telling me that I'm welcome to help myself to any of the food in the house. They have Cheetos, Doritos, Oreos, Goldfish, chocolate chip cookies, and the list goes on. Before our program, I would have eaten all the food. I love that I can turn down certain foods and not feel like I'm missing out on something. I bring my own food each day and I'm totally satisfied. I finally feel like for once in my life, I'm living a healthy lifestyle instead of doing some fad diet. I promise you that there is a better way. our internal weight loss method will really help you to overcome all of this stuff inside of you that is driving you to your physical health results right now. Will get those things out of the way, get the weight off, and help you to maintain it long term. You can see all of these people that are losing. I just absolutely love working with all of these clients. You can look at our Google reviews to see more and to read through more of these, but it's been an absolute incredible experience for so many individuals. Now, this is actually from our Mayo Clinic oncologist that came through our program. And one of the things that I want to point out is right here, where he says, what really impressed me was that everything she taught was backed by scientific research, which made it all the more impactful. I promise you, I am not just making stuff up. I'm not just going on Instagram and just telling you a bunch of fluff or telling you about my opinion. Everything that I do is research based. It is scientifically backed by credible, reputable resources. So please, please, please be careful who you listen to. This is again from this oncologist. Whitney's coaching was truly a work on myself like no other. Really, we have to make the internal changes before we really are able to keep the external results. Again, come back and read through more of these testimonials. There's so many people that have been able to benefit from this. But if you're a working professional and you're tired of trying endless diets that don't work and you want lasting weight loss, schedule a 15-minute call with our team below and we can show you more in depth our internal weight loss method. Now, you can't buy from us on this call, even if you wanted to. We're really selective about what clients we actually work with, and we never move forward on the first call. So this is not a sales call. This is a call to help us get to know your situation and whether or not we're 100% confident that we can actually get you results. But we can also give you more in-depth free resources after we learn more about you and your unique situation on our call. And then if this is something that seems like it might be a good fit, we can talk about what it might look like to work together at a higher level. Now, I would absolutely love to talk to you. Feel free to book a 15-minute call below, and we look forward to talking to you soon.